the thing where you overlap with what Vrabel said and what Kraft talked about today was the importance of the draft. Like, if you don't draft well, as Vrabel said, it catches up with you. Kraft saying if you want to win sustainably, you have to draft well. These are captain and sergeant obvious here with those points, but it also speaks to how they got here in the first place. And then looking ahead, how they can dig themselves out. So to them, I think it puts a lot more pressure on this draft, which is just too bad for them because they're picking fourth, not first, because of everything that happened last year.
Yep.
You talk about a wasted year. We're moving forward on that. It's just interesting to me because then you bring in the dynamic of Elliott Wolf, we'll get to in a second. Like, it's just the draft as they see it. And they'll make the picks later this month, but obviously we won't know whether this sets them up in the way that we didn't know Belichick's dynasty was declining because of picks starting even before N'Keal Harry. And that's how we got to where they were in 22 and 23 and 24.
Yeah, it's funny, though. We used to laugh a little bit in, say, 2016 when it was the 4 guys that they drafted and no one worked out. And you're like, well, it's too good a team anyway. They can't make it.
Yeah.
And you saw him cut Duke Dawson as a second-round pick. And that, honestly, I remember covering that. And it was more of a, wow, Bill's a hard-nosed guy, man. He knows what he wants to see. And if he's not seeing it, doesn't matter if it's a second-round pick. And you would look not as much as at that as a abject failure at the time because it was still probably since 2012 that they were horrendous. But those are smoking guns of not just, wow, they couldn't find anyone. They literally couldn't find anyone.
Or those guys wouldn't stick in the league.
Jonathan
it wasn't you were
Wilhite.
a bad fit. You couldn't play.
Jawan Williams, they couldn't play.
Yeah.
So this is got to be, and people always say, well, compare it to another team. I have compared it to other teams. The approximate value of the Patriots picks relative to the rest of the AFC is minuscule.
Yeah.
Minuscule when you add it all up from Pro Football Reference. But I'm going far afield. They not only cannot not screw up this draft, they can't not screw up the next 2 drafts as well. Otherwise, you are well on your way to having a Drake Maye, Archie Manning career.